My friend, who is an ex-military man, told me that despite that they were the ones fighting the battle, the war in the peacekeeping mission, yet their superior will take part of their money and give them peanuts. Still, the same superior, they will defend them with their lives. That is to show you how corrupt the system is, both in the military and the judiciary and virtually all sectors and arms of government. So, now that Nigerians think they have seen a glimpse of hope, change, but the same criminals don't want this change to come about. What I want those in the military to understand, or those in the security outfit to understand, is that if this country is good, it's good for everybody. So when they send you to go and kill innocent citizens for asking for their freedom, for asking for good governance, and then you obey, one day you will also retire and you become a part of the civilian system. One day you also retire and then you understand why people were crying. You may retire when you have finished service, or you may retire due to one reason or the other. But it's not about you. You also have the opportunity to ensure that your children and their generation have a better Nigeria. So, in as much as you keep obeying stupid orders, like what happened during NSAS protest, I always tell people that when I hear about people agitating, both IPOB calling for Biafra or calling for Yoruba to do the white people, or the other people calling for Yoruba free, I tell them that it's not about agitation or Biafra or any other thing, but what we should ask for is good governance. Because when the country is good, you won't even mind the religion of your president. For as long as you are aware that there is justice and equity, you won't even bother who is your local government chairman, even if he's from the north or south, you won't even bother. But we are just concerned because of the way this country is. Everything is still fragile now. And instead of making it better, people are more interested in for their own personal interest and for the future of their own children, not the future of Nigerians. That's why people are agitating, people are crying, people want to leave. So now that Nigerians think they want to give somebody a chance to see if we can have hope in this country, the same old criminals don't want to leave office. But it's not in that way. They would have allowed Nigerians to decide, to vote them. Maybe that is why when Tinubu didn't even, he don't attend the interview, it doesn't matter who, he doesn't bother, because he knows they don't really need our vote. They forgot that this is not really about the old order. When other presidential aspirants were granting interview, Tinubu chose where he wants to go. Don't know how many times he presented himself to Nigerians to be interviewed. So he chose where he wants to go because they knew there was going to be no election. And the most shameful person should be the president, Buhari, after bragging and telling the international community that he's going to give a free and fair election. And yet, he congratulates the president-elect because he's his party man. And then I'm beginning to think if all this Naira swap policy, all those things were just made for Nigeria to suffer so that he can frustrate the other political parties that used to buy vote with them so that they can have the upper hand. Since they have the CBN under their control, they have the power, they have everything. So they put Nigeria in hardship so that they can achieve their aim. Is it not surprising that after the election, the Supreme Court now gave it judgment? It's on Supreme Court Nigerians want to go and embrace for justice on the outcome of this election. But like I've said, Nigerians may be quiet now or may seem quiet now. Most people are talking. This is the first time I've seen religious men and women coming out to speak. One pastor in Abuja said Tinubu is not his president. And she was right. Many people are speaking up. This election is not just like any other election. So people are talking now, and the government is taking it for granted because maybe we want to see what the court outcome will be. A time may come when it will no longer be funny. When we are sure that all avenues have been used up, I don't think I believe in peaceful resolution of conflicts. Like I've said, I believe if this country is good, it's good for everybody. Even the criminals, they will enjoy it, even though they may not have money as they used to have now. But I think they should be happy, just as they travel outside and enjoy the beauty of other countries. They should be happy. They will enjoy it. So I don't know why they don't want Nigerians to enjoy being called Nigerians. So this is what we have to look into. My take still remains that if for any reason this election comes to stand, it has opened another doorway, another history in Nigerian politics. It's not just about the people. The people will not only lose trust in the electoral process, because tomorrow I hope they will promise us again that they are going to use beavers and they expect us to believe. They think people will come out to vote. People will no longer have trust in the electoral process just as they never had before. But the beavers gave most people hope. I know how many people told me that even with the beavers, they didn't even believe, but I had to convince them. But it's unfortunate that the affair still come to be. So if it comes to hold, it will make a new part in the Nigerian history. That an election can be stolen and nobody can do anything about it. Most politicians in opposition party, they will cry, and APC will stay in power 50 years just as they have promised, or even more. Because unless maybe you use threat like Buhari used before you can get power from them, that's if they want to submit. Because I believe if it was somebody like Jonathan, else, maybe Buhari will not be into power, because Jonathan is from South and he easily bought to the idea. If it's somebody like Tinubu that was the president, then I know if he could do this to Nigerians, I know he wouldn't even allow Buhari to come in, being the president. Or maybe if it's Buhari that is the president, I believe he will still do what he did now. So that is just a lesson for Nigerians. It's unfortunate that those who feel that they have been persecuted are now becoming the persecutors. They are persecuting Nigerians. The same people who cried for justice, who said that they need a reform, that they want a free and fair election. They are the ones persecuting Nigerians because they want to clinch on to power. But like I said, if we allow this election to stand, it's going to be a very, very big problem. We will see what will happen in the coming days, what the judiciary will say. And the funny part of it is that INEC made it clear that this is just robbery. When the other parties were protesting, they went ahead with the collation of results. Even after collation, they said they will look into the matter. They didn't look into the matter. They went ahead to announce why they have 7 days or more to check any complaints. And it's been argued that someone has to make up to 25% in FCT. In fact, they said there was a case, Buhari and Supreme Court went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, same Supreme Court confirmed that FCT and, for that clause and, means that FCT is important. So, but that is the seat of power. People say, why is FCT? That is the seat of power. If you don't get 25% in where is the seat of power, where you expect to reside as the president, where will your support base be? Because they alone can even overthrow you. So at least you need some kind of love and feel wanted in the FCT. So maybe those asking why FCT is important, maybe they should understand that that is the seat of power in Nigeria. That's where also Aso Rock is located. So there's a lot of debate. But the INEC chairman didn't want anything he just went ahead, declared his result, announced the president, gave his certificate of return. So that's to show you that the INEC chairman, who is supposed to be an empire, a free empire, is also involved in this kind of robbery. So, but the shameful thing is that these men are alleged Christians. So these men are alleged Christians, religious men, Muslim in various areas, yet they are committing all these things. They are committing crimes despite being one member of the different religious groups. So if they are as religious, Muslim, Tinubu is a Muslim, Yakubu, I believe, is also a Muslim, Shatima Muslim, Buhari Muslim, and they are committing this kind of crime, this kind of robbery to Nigerians. What do you expect of an atheist? That's why when people say there is no God, you don't have to blame them. Because those who believe in God don't even show it. They don't even prove it or make people to understand or believe that there is God. So Muslims around the world are around Nigerians are rejoicing because that their brother has been declared the winner. I know some of them are even against it. Let's be frank. But the truth is that the daylight robbery will not stand. Nigerians will not allow it to stand. And as more men and women wake up, we are going to look for a